So, and Obama and Pelosi were both hoping for a primary instead of a coronation, so to speak.
Who do you think they were hoping for?
I don't think Pelosi was hoping for anyone in particular, or not that I know of. I do know that Obama was carefully vetting Mark Kelly, the senator from Arizona. I know there were other names on his list. I'm not saying that Kamala Harris was necessarily at the top of the list, but he was definitely considering other candidates. I don't think she was ruled out. I just think that everyone is, a lot of people, the chieftains of the party, were hoping for a lightning.
Listen, this lady is nuts. Nancy Pelosi is nuts and drunk, just like Kamala Harris.
Round, a lightning primary. And President Biden essentially preempted that by issuing his endorsement 30 minutes after he dropped out. I don't think anyone saw that coming. We did not see that coming. I think a lot of people anticipated that he might have stepped aside, but no one anticipated the twofer that we got that day.
I really appreciate your time. Lindy Lee, thank you so much.
All right, guys. So we got to talk about it. By the way, before I get into this content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe it, man. Smash that like button. We got to run the likes up. Also, join my weekly live streams. We talk about stuff like this on here, pop culture and what's going on just in the world. And I love to hear your feedback and comments. So listen, guys, this is of no surprise that Obama and Pelosi were not fans of Kamala Harris. But meanwhile, they lied to us like they do all the time that she's the best candidate and she's better than Trump and she's got a better economic plan according to some economists and X, Y, and Z and a bunch of BS. Meanwhile, they didn't want her. This is a donor who apparently says that she's close with Nancy Pelosi and she knows people in the Obama camp. And Obama was not a fan of Kamala Harris. This was the first time I heard of him or heard of the person named Kelly in Arizona. So maybe she's right. You know, listen, I had some conversations with Democrats, few months before the election. And I mean, these folks were sold on Kamala Harris. And every time we started talking, I would say, what are the policies that you like about Kamala Harris? And they couldn't answer policy questions. They went straight to the Trump bash.
Sensational.
Trump's this and Trump's that and Trump. Every time you talk to a Kamala Harris supporter or a Democrat supporter, they talked about Donald Trump. It like never failed. It was like clockwork. It was like, all right, in less than 3 minutes, they're going to say Donald Trump's name. Meanwhile, I could talk about Donald Trump and not mention Kamala Harris's name one time. They didn't want her because they knew how bad she was. But here is the flip side, and this is where I hope that you guys love my podcast format. They knew that Kamala Harris had to be the person to come up next to get that money. That's what it was. She had to be the next person in line to get that money because her name was on the same ticket as Biden. And now what that means is that it was like $90 million that was on hold that was told to us at the time. But then she ended up raising like $1 billion. So there would have been a lot harder if somebody would have been chosen from a primary to get that money. But she was able to get it because she was a part of the administration already. And all of a sudden, it's of no surprise that nobody knows where all the money went. Interesting, eh? Nobody knows where the money went. But she got $1 billion, 1.2 or whatever she spent. Don't you guys find it funny that not only did she lose in such, landslide fashion, no one can account for the money. And a bunch of millionaires were already getting paid millions of dollars. Interesting. Just interesting to me. Interesting to me when you really follow the money. And then you also notice, the IRS can't pass an audit. And then they can't tell you where, $600 million went. Just gone. Interesting. This is all a money play. This is all a bunch of BS. This party is a bunch of lies. And we were so close that we almost got Kamala Harris as president if America was dumb.
Sensational.
So we finally have it that Obama was not a fan of it. He wanted an open primary. I heard of the names of the Josh Shapiros, Gretchen Whitmer, who's my governor, and we even heard of Gavin Newsom, right? These were the people that the Democrats, or they're trying to do now. They're trying to shape these people. But I don't think that they wanted to touch this. I don't care what Democrat would have come up. They were going to lose in very bad fashion, because if they were far left, like they wanted them to be, America was tired of the woke agenda. Whoever was going to come behind was going to lose. And I don't think any of them wanted to come onto a losing ticket, because Kamala Harris will never be the Democratic candidate again. There's no way that they're going to put her in front of people and have her be the primary candidate after she lost like this. So whoever would have came up behind them and won the open primary literally would have had a short career trying to run for president. At least in 2028, the party's wide open. They have no identity. They have a better chance now. But this was all about the money. All of it was about the money, y'all. That's all it was. They were just hoping that she could win so they can kind of filter the money, and it was some money laundering going on. That's what it sounded like. That's what it was. And now that they lost, the spotlight is on them, and now they can't pay staffers and vendors, and now it looks really, really bad that they can't pay their bills. Staffers are having to file for unemployment that she's supposed to have paid. Meanwhile, she's in Hawaii, sitting in Hawaii, coming on to a donor Zoom call and apparently looking drunk. The lady looked drunk. She don't care about y'all money. She said like Debo, what money? She don't care about y'all money. So I just wanted to react to this video. Again, I want to hear you guys' thoughts below. I want to hear you guys comment. Again, please like, please comment, and join my weekly live streams. This is just pathetic, man. I mean, when I hear that one person ran a really good campaign and they were net positive at the end, and she ran a bad campaign, and I'm so tired of this narrative, right? Let me touch on this part right here, right? I'm so tired of this narrative that Kamala Harris had like 107 days or 100 and such days, and she ran a good campaign. Listen, guys, stop it. Stop. Because you can't act like, you guys weren't fawning over the fact that she raised $1 billion. For 2.5 weeks, they were running, just segment after segment on the fact that she raised $1 billion. And they were like, oh my gosh, this is the most in history. Like, this was a thing. Trump didn't have $1 billion. And she ran a campaign and she lost. I've heard some Democrats say, well, she did a good job of running the campaign. That's tough. Listen, she had 107 days or something like that, 100-something days, when she had $1 billion. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to believe that it wasn't that tough. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been tough on the schedule. Also, let me be quite honest with you. The woman that wants abortion, she don't have no kids. She don't have kids that she could say, well, I'm a family woman. So then I would say, yeah, that's kind of hard for a mother to travel and blah, blah, blah. She don't have kids. Those is Doug Left Hook Emhoff's kids from his failed marriage. So she's just the VP, single woman in her 50s or whatever, with $1 billion. I mean, she had a golden egg laid on her, and she dropped it. Interesting. Let me know y'all thoughts below. Just wanted to react to this because I think it was very, very interesting to now get the truth. I think there's going to be a lot of truths that come out when Joe Biden leaves the White House. I think you're going to hear about him not wanting to step down, him purposely anointing Kamala Harris, him probably wanting her to lose. Someone's going to write a book about it, and I'm not going to be surprised if it's somebody close inside the Biden camp. All right, let me know y'all thoughts below. I'm out of here. And like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work 2 times. Peace.